So this is the dollar prepaid card that I got from UBA today, and in this video I'll be telling you all the processes that it took for me to get the card. Alright, so let's begin. It's possible that you have seen a video where I talked about a dollar card as well, and the difference between that card and this card is that that card is connected to my domiciliary account, so that one is called a debit card. This card, on the other hand, is not connected to any account. Just imagine it as a bank account on its own, because this one has its own account number, which I'll be talking about soon, and you can deposit money for just the card so that you can use the card to do any kind of shopping online, and for whatever reason you want to get the card, because this is a dollar card, and the way you know that it's a dollar card is by the dollar symbol that you see on the top left corner. So that is just a rough difference between the debit card and the prepaid card. The debit card is connected to an account, the prepaid card is not. It's a card on its own. You just need to put money into the card, you take the money to the bank, they will deposit it into the card. I don't know any other way to explain it, just know that it's going to have its own account number, and that's how you can deposit money into it. You can go to the bank to deposit money onto the card, and you can also do it online, which I'll be talking about very soon. Alright, now let's get back to the story how I was able to get the card at the bank. So to get the card, I went there with my NIN slip, NEPA bill, and some passports. Those are the only things that I took with me. And when I got to the bank, I met the customer representative, and I just asked him if it was possible for me to get a dollar prepaid card, and he just said yes, it was available. Then I said, okay, so what do I need to get it? He just said the same things that I just told you. Any form of identity card, my passport, and NEPA bill. And I asked him how many passports, and he said just one. So he asked me if I had all those things, and I said yes. So he gave me two forms to fill up. And the first form is a KYC form, and the second one is an application form. So the KYC form is going to be just about you, telling the bank about yourself, your name, where you live, how much income you make, that is every year, all those things that will just tell them about yourself. So that's the first form. And the second one will be for the debit card itself. So you're going to fill up your name as well, and they will ask you if you have an account with the bank. I don't think you need an account to get a prepaid dollar card, but they will ask you if you do. If you don't, you can leave that space blank, and I don't think there's anything to worry about for that. So after filling up the forms, I gave them back to him, and I gave him my NIN, my NEPA bill slip, and the passport. And he did some things on his computer, and he gave me the form and told me to take it to someone. Now the person is upstairs, so I went upstairs and I gave the person the form, and they did the KYC. Now this is not the first time I've done KYC with UBA, and it's the same bank. Honestly, I was thinking that because they have my BVN, they would know that, okay, this guy already has accounts with us, so I would not have to carry out any KYC again. But they did. And I went upstairs, and the woman asked me what I do, and I told her I make videos online, and she asked me the same questions someone asked me a long time ago, that, okay, how will she classify me? I just said content creator, and she said, okay, yes, that's right, and then she wrote it down. And she asked me some other questions. I'm sure you can answer those questions, but the one that confused me was they asked me source of wealth and then source of funds, and to me they sounded the same. I don't know, maybe somebody can explain it better, but all I wrote was from business, and I submitted the form. So after that, they told me to take this form to someone else, and the person was on the second floor, and I went up there, and we actually had a nice time. We laughed about, she was just asking me how I make money, and I told her what I do, and she is not very informed about content creation. So when I told her how it works, she was happy about it, and she just approved the paper. So after I got my papers approved, I took it downstairs to the guy, and then he did everything that he wanted to, and he just called me out to get the prepaid dollar card. So that is basically what happened. Now, it didn't just happen step by step, because the guy was attending to many other people. I was actually on queue for a while. Everything took around 2-3 hours, because I was there for a while, honestly. So when you get the card, there's going to be a paper that they give you that has some information about the card. The paper is going to show you the PIN and the code to log into the website. If you have seen the video where I talked about the debit card, you will know that that was the main reason why I got that card, because I wanted to be able to transfer from one prepaid card to another. Okay, from one card to another. At the time, I didn't know it was a prepaid card. So the paper that has all the details about the prepaid card will show you your PIN, like I said, and will show you a code that you can use to log into the website. So I entered the website, and immediately you enter, they're going to ask you to change the PIN and the password so that in case anything happens to the paper, at least you have changed the pin, so it doesn't really matter at that point. And the ID is going to be at the back. So this is like the account number for the prepaid card. If you ever want to fund it or you want to send money into the prepaid card online, this is the number they are going to use. It is the account number for the card. So I used it to log into the website, and it showed me that the prepaid card was fully functional. So just to make sure that the prepaid card was fully activated, what I did was I withdrew from my DOM account and then I deposited $300 into the card. And after doing so, when I went outside to check, I saw $296 or 296 points something dollars. The first thought that came to my head was, hold on, is it that there are going to be charges for every time I deposit money onto the card? But when I checked the transaction, it turns out that that was the fee for the card. And if you noticed, I didn't even mention anything like fees when I was talking about the card, because they didn't even tell me. And in my head, I knew that fees had to come up now, but why is nobody mentioning fees? And then I was like, okay, nothing is free in Nigeria, but let's see how this goes. And yeah, they just want you to deposit money onto the card, and the first thing they'll do is they'll remove the fees for the card, which to me is okay, because if you go onto the website, you're going to see a list of all the fees. And according to the website, the fee for the card, if they want to give you for the first time, is $3.31. It says VAT included. I'm not sure what that means, so I'm going to assume it's the rest of the money that they included for the fee. There are other fees that you're also going to get when you're activating the card, because you're going to be sent a lot of SMSs as you activate the card. And as you can see, I have over 5 fees just for SMS. And the first SMS that came was actually the one that told me that the card had been created. I was just sitting and waiting for the guy to call me, and I just saw the text message, and I knew that, okay, it has finally happened. I finally have gotten the prepaid dollar card. So while all the processes were happening, there was one question that was on my mind. I had other questions too, but this was the one that I felt like was most important. And the question was, would it be possible to just transfer directly from my domiciliary account onto the card without having to go to the bank? And I asked the customer service guy, and he said no, that CBN has prohibited us from doing dollar transfers in Nigeria. So after hearing that and going to withdraw to fund the prepaid dollar card, I asked the cashier as well, and he said no, I'll have to come to the bank, withdraw from my DOM account, and then deposit the money to the card. Some people from my WhatsApp group, if you didn't know, I have a WhatsApp group now that people can go. If you're a content creator or you're interested in things like dollar cards and the rest, you can join the group. It's very informative. The people there are actually helping a lot. They keep answering questions and keep helping each other out. In fact, sometimes I don't even feel like I need to be there because people are just handling the whole situation there. But anyways, if you want to, you can join. Just check the link in the description. You're going to see where I say join my group, contact me. That link has links to several of my profiles and all the groups that I have. Just check it out. You are going to find a lot of informative stuff there. Alright, so one of the group members is called Sharon, and she's one of the most active people there. She asked how long was the entire process start to finish, and did they force me to open an account with them first? So for the first question, the answer really depends on the number of people you meet there. If the queue is long, it's going to take you a lot of time. But let's just assume that there's nobody in the queue, it's just you and the customer service representative. I don't think it will take more than 30 minutes for you to get done, because all they need is for you to fill the form, you submit it to them, you take it upstairs, they approve, you take it to someone else, the person approves, you bring it back, then they do some final stuff and give you the card. So it shouldn't take up to 30 minutes, but you just know that it's a bank, you're always going to find people there. So just know that you're going to be spending at least 1 or 2 hours to get this card if it is a typical situation in the bank. So did they force me to open an account? No. Like I said, there's going to be an option to input an account number. If there's no account number there, then I don't think it's necessary, because I've heard about so many people that said you can just walk into any UBA bank or any other bank that has prepaid dollar cards and they will create one for you. So the next set of questions from my group are by Patrick, and the first one is what are the requirements? So I've already mentioned the requirements. You need your ID card, NIN, voter's card, driver's license. You need a passport, and you need your NEPA bill. So how long does it take? I've already answered that one. What is the difficulty? I think that depends on who you meet. You may meet somebody that's not very nice, and it may make this difficult for you. But as long as you have the right information and you know what you are there for, you're going to be fine. Which platforms can the dollar card work on? Well, I haven't tested it very well, so I'm going to find out, but I've heard that it works with Skrill, PayPal. And the final question is, do you need dollars to get one? Technically you don't, but after you have funded it for the first time, they're going to remove the fees for the card. I'm going to be testing the card a lot. I'm going to use it to transfer to others to know how much they actually charge, because on the website it says 15 cents and VAT fees. I don't really understand how that works, but I'm going to be using it to transfer to people. And yeah, ask me any questions you have. I'm going to be making an update soon, but as usual, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Take care and bye bye.